Whitney Houston because I had nothing. No, I'm not going to sing a sound like Ray J. Trust me, believe that.
Did he really have to lie? I get.
No, he Craig didn't either, but you know. Oh my God!
I could have caught that.
For the record.
Because we've seen what Adesanya can do.
Oh, we see what Adesanya's done.
Did you call him Lasagna?
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today.
Islam?
Yeah.
Islam.
Don't hurt yourself over there.
This is Chisholm Dunn. It's local news.
Local esophagus shuts it down for everyone. There's something in the water. Yeah, it's a Hellcat.
Because we don't care. No, I'm not.
We do not care.
We do not care. And now, no, I'm not speaking French. We really don't care. We've been through a lot. All right.
And Isaac do not care.
Tax, that's a joke. Tell him laugh. Uncle Sam got the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't.
Yo, and shut up, Jamie. I don't care about you. Welcome to Unbounded. I'm your host, as always. The truth and love me. I got my boy, Outlier Isaac, just waiting for a Black Cloud album. He says he finally found his hashtag.
Yeah, I drew a blank. I had nothing, and that was the first thing I thought of because it's coming out in August, and it's supposed to feature Run the Jewels on there. So
we got quite the week, man.
Yeah,
we got quite the week. So usually Thursdays is not usually the day we do our podcast. We usually do it on Fridays, but tomorrow we actually got somebody coming in with us. So. For those who do not know, we are big wrestling fans.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I just saw Jamie's comment. I forgot that is this weekend. UFC 276
that is indeed this weekend.
So we got to cover that.
Tomorrow we have commentator from CYN, Control Your Narrative Wrestling, Sticks, coming to join us for a little bit to just chop it up a little bit. So definitely come back out tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Same time tomorrow. We will be right back here with Sticks from CYN.
I'll be here.
I'll be here too, obviously.
Yeah, because I get off work early tomorrow because of holiday season and all that. Or as DJ Drama would say, holiday season.
Happy 4th to everybody that is out there celebrating the 4th. I know is a controversial topic nowadays. I've seen so much. Like the dude, it was a wrestling media guy that I'm not going to call names. Basically, John Moxley has a shirt out on the AEW shop that basically is using.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks cool, but for me, I don't do American flags on my T-shirts, flag code, whatever. But then he came out and said, "Oh, this is racist." I was like,
"Is it though?" Well,
is it?
Like I said, what did I say to you? What did I respond to you with when you said
you basically? You said the same thing about using Killer Mike and how he spells America with 3 Ks. But I'm like, it's an inanimate object, bro. Maybe the person that made it was racist. I'm not going to sit here and debate that. But to put,
but I'm saying, you know why he says that? Why Killer Mike says it?
Yeah, but my thing is like putting
T.I. Killer Mike is the only person that says that. T.I. says that too.
Yeah, but my thing is just putting a human characteristic. We're really personifying. We're really putting real life personification on a flag.
All right, before you go any further, I'm gonna tell you this: that is not the only thing inanimate object we put human characteristics to. Because what else in recent memory have for some reason people decided to humanize, even though it's inanimate? Don't think too hard. Think about the last couple of months.
social media?
No, bro. Think. Use your brain. Really think. What is something
My brain hurt
that
right
in
now.
the last few months that people have an inanimate object that people have humanized?
The Constitution?
Guns, bro.
Oh. But that's the society we live in, man. Everything that's not human is.
I'm just saying. It's the same thing, literally. Like I said, people say, you know, you humanize the flag, you humanize the imagined object. We're doing that with guns, essentially. They're both weird.
Have humanized everything that shouldn't be humanized.
Yes, and it's very, very weird. It's very weird. By the way, before we
I don't want to be celebrating the 4th. I mean, look, shoot. Anybody got a cookout? Hit me up. I'm pulling up.
If anybody has a party, let me know. I'm not talking about a cookout. I mean like a legit party.
And somebody, just make sure you send me a burger.
I will try.
Send me a burger. I don't eat no bun because I'm mojito. I'm gonna cheat Saturday because my sister, but Sunday, Monday, I'm back home. So Monday, if y'all got a burger, just give me the burger without any bun. Hit me up. I'll be there.
Also, so before we go any further, did you not say you had some repentance? You said you had to repent for.
That's right. Keep talking.
You said apparently, you told me this, that you watched something and you needed to repent, and a lot of other people said they also needed to repent because a certain video came out about a certain stallion.
All right, so the Meg Thee Stallion video.
Now, I'm going to caveat it by saying I watched it. I'm not sure what I was not impressed. I
didn't say I was impressed.
Well, you say you needed to repent, so you obviously felt something.
Because I saw it. And I watched it. But to say that I was just like down bad about it wouldn't be me.
You say you needed to repent though. Why?
Because I watched it.
It wasn't even that bad.
But I watched it. I didn't say that I was just like down bad about it.
I'm thinking it's a whole music. You got me thinking it was like a whole music video. I'm thinking it's just like a minute.
No,
clip.
it was just a video.
I just know I was just like, is this what people like? Is this what the is this what the hoteps are talking about?
No, like, funny thing is, I haven't seen the hoteps talk about anything. Well, you know, the hoteps I listen to, which they'll probably, if they talk about it, it'll be tonight.
I'm just saying, like, is this no? Because I'm seeing people like, we must stay focused, brothers. I'm like, for that. Now the music video with Cardi B that she did like a couple years ago, that I could get, but yeah, but there's some like,
I guess when you see a twerk video, at a certain point you get kind of insensitive to it. So this isn't the first time we've seen Meg do that. And at a certain point, even taking it to the wrestling world, look at have you noticed how the hype for Nikita hasn't really been as hot as it had been when she first debuted? I mean, he's talented, but the thirst really isn't as strong. Some of our relatives are started drinking some water.
It was bad. It was bad at first. I remember that. There were some really weird people on Twitter.
And I mean, like I said, I like Nikita. She's dope, and I think she's very multi-talented. She does wrestling. She does MMA. Her best friend now is signed by WWE. So who knows? Maybe they'll have some passing on by during the shows NXT. Her and Valerie Loureda. We'll get to the other signing later on. But once you've seen one, it's just like, okay. And so everybody's sitting here, this like, there was one thread where it was like she was one of the Trinities of twerk videos. I was like, y'all really out here doing this.
So that wasn't even new. That was an old video of Meg.
No. I think that was new. But they were using, it was two other videos that were definitely old.
What? Hey, y'all can have your thirst. I'm gonna be over here
Yeah, I mean, look,
chilling.
I'm not here to judge you.
I'm not either. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm good. I'm good, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Drink some water.
Yes, do that.
My uncle wants it off
because it's really hot outside. It's really hot.
I
Need to
got a
hydrate.
feeling once we get off here, my uncle's going to fry the mess out of me because he's listening to me right now. Shout out to my uncle all the way in Kuwait.
Why is he gonna fry you?
Because that's how my uncle is.
Fair enough.
You got
I'm really. Oh yeah.
the one the crazy one. You haven't said nothing yet. He said, I haven't said nothing. You haven't said nothing yet.
You want to get to these fights first?
Yeah, let's get to the fights.
So UFC 276.
Give me the name, so I have to look these up.
Yeah, UFC 276 is this weekend. Which I almost forgot about, and I say use the term almost loosely because
Saturday is a wild. You know what? Saturday is a very sad day.
When is Money in the Bank?
Saturday.
Okay.
And then so is the USFL Championship.
What time is that at?
I believe that game is at 7. So there's a lot going on Saturday.
All right, so
now, I don't know if you were paying attention. Now I don't know if this is going to be the case for Money in the Bank, but there was never a point where I think this was probably the first time I've seen it where AEW was not trending #1 during the pay-per-view.
Oh, Forbidden Door? You're talking about Forbidden Door?
Yeah, it never trended #1.
Hey, you have some good days, you have some bad days.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to be the same case with Money in the Bank. It could be. It could.
I mean, people, when UFC comes on, people watch it.
Right. So I don't know. This might be one of those ones where they struggle to really trend #1. Forbidden Door was kind of going around between 2 and 3. 1 was dominated by BC Awards the entire night, which was quite a bit interesting things went on during that, and then we'll probably get to that later on, maybe. But let's look at these fights.
So the main card.
You want to start main card? Or you want to start under?
Well,
I don't see the undercard.
You want to do the undercard?
I don't see the undercard, so let's just start with
well, I got it here on Google. There's not.
Why did they cancel Murphy versus Tate?
Huh?
Why did they cancel Lauren Murphy versus Mike Tate?
I think somebody got sick.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, injuries. I think it was an injury.
Well, I will say the main event for the last one. We'll just go up from there. I got Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler versus Brian. Wow, you got me there.
Barberena.
There you go. Sean Strickland
versus Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
This was interesting. Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway.
Yeah, Max Blessed Holloway.
Hey, Max Holloway is a beast, dog.
Yeah. This is their third fight. They had 2 fights before. So this is going to be their third. And then Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. Cannonier is supposed to be his toughest trial yet when it comes to the title.
His name is Adesanya, sir.
Fuck.
I keep looking at this comment. King kept wanting ribs now.
What else? On the prelim card, you got Cowboy Cerrone is on here. He's fighting Jim Miller.
You heard your boy left UFC.
Huh?
Your boy left UFC for bare knuckle boxing.
Who did?
Y'all old D lineman.
Who?
Y'all old D lineman.
Oh, Greg Hardy.
Yeah, Greg Hardy.
Oh, well, I think his contract was after that last fight he had. I think his contract was up after that.
Yeah, he got destroyed that fight.
Oh yeah, that was the one we watched, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to look at that? Let's look at what Money in the Bank card is looking like.
By the way, speaking of cards, we haven't done a mystery card for each other in a minute.
Let's get back to that later. If we do one, I'm trying to get Breon. If I can get Breon up here, we'll do another show Saturday, Sunday.
All right.
So
yeah, let's do that one. Let's do it then, man.
All right. So let's look at this Money in the Bank card real quick, and then we'll talk Forbidden Door after that, and then we can move on from the. We got a few more things wrestling wise, and then we'll move on past that. So far for the card, there is one more spot in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So far, you have Seth Franklin Rollins. That's forever going to be his name after me. Versus Sheamus, versus Drew McIntyre, versus Omos, versus Sami Zayn, versus Riddle, versus TBA.
That's a lot of people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that'll be 7. Sometimes they've had 8. I'm gonna be honest with you. After Saturday, I could go a year without seeing another ladder match. And it's gonna come into another issue I'm having with AEW, because it just feels like they're throwing on gimmick matches for the sake of throwing on gimmick matches.
Like I said, honestly think they're trying to do too much too fast. And that's why it felt kind of like Lucha Underground. But the thing about Lucha Underground was the only difference between this situation and AEW and Lucha Underground is that certain matches would have gravity. Like what did they do? Grave consequences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They only pulled out grave consequences when they really needed.
When you really need it.
Like with Puma and Mil Muertes, their rivalry built to grave consequences.
Like, does the Scorpio Sky and Wardlow need to be a street fight?
I mean, it doesn't need to be, but
that's my thing.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't need to be, but. And you've said this. Do you really think about the kind of matches Scorpio Sky has and think about the matches Wardlow has? Do you really want to see Wardlow do a Scorpio Sky kind of match where it's like not a technical classic, but it's a match. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't want to see Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow at all, but
well, I mean, this is where we're at.
I know, but my personal opinions really are irrelevant right now to that. But I don't know, man. Like you said, I've been saying, like, they've been having Wardlow sell too much, and I think I figured out with Jade.
You what?
I figured it out with Jade.
What have you figured out with Jade?
The more her matches go, the more she's exposed.
The more what? Yeah, no,
because her match last night wasn't bad, but then again, it didn't go long. Her matches with the one that made you really not like her, Marina Shafir is not that great either. Having somebody who's not as polished and then expecting Jade to go out there and go 10 minutes with her is not the way you want to go.
My problem wasn't even with Marina Shafir not being good. What upset me was the fact that you're dealing. It was like we got what we got, and they said, "Okay, well, tell me a story." You know what I mean? And then you tried to tell me a story, and then at the end, she basically said, "Fuck the story." You know, like, tell me something. Like, okay, leg work. Okay, she's working your leg for 5-10 minutes. Okay, cross that bridge over there. Like, come back from that. Now I know you're not a baby face, but you can't be,
it's hard to tell a story. It's really hard, especially when there's no prior story to it, to tell a story between two heels. when you try to tell a story between two heels with no story prior to, can you really tell a story?
I don't even think what I think it was more like because whoever faces Jade is probably going to be just a challenger. They're not a babyface or a heel. They're just whoever, which is another fucking issue in that company for her, for that whole situation. But it's like
they messed up when they made the CBS title. I've been saying it. That was probably one of the worst things they done this year. What was it? This year, last year?
Here, I'm going to say this, even though I may not like the fact that it's there, and I told Duke this, like, I don't like it that it's there, but the fact that it's on Pac, I think they can do something with it.
My issue is though, My issue is which title should be the most important of the women's titles?
The women's championship.
Why is it not feeling that important?
Because it's on somebody who's a spectacle. Like for real. It's on somebody who's a spectacle.
We can say that Jade is nowhere near as good as Thunder Rosa. Let's just be real. But the thing is, and I've been making this statement because I said a few weeks ago that Christian may have been better than Edge, but who was more marketable?
Edge.
And you can bring that to just about any person. I think Matt Hardy's better than Jeff Hardy. Who's more marketable? Before the Broken Universe, who's more marketable?
Well, they both had their share of world championships.
But again, but who's been the most marketable throughout their entire career? Who's had the most marketability out throughout their entire career?
Well, Matt did have more gimmicks.
But Jeff has been the one that people thought about more, right?
I did Google Jeff Hardy first before Matt.
Okay, my point. So bring everything I just said over to the women. Thunder Rosa is miles ahead of Jade Cargill in the ring. There is no question about it. But when you sit there and look at both Jade Cargill and Thunder Rosa, take everything, put those two women in front of a bunch of people that don't watch wrestling. Who are they going to think is who are they going to look more at as the star?
Yeah, I see your point.
So what they're doing with the TBS title is upstaging the women's champion.
Does she really need to be undefeated? Yeah, I don't know. I
think they're doing fine with that, and I think she should be the Goldberg of women. The women's version of Goldberg.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you know, people got sick of Goldberg. So, well, I'm already sick of it. So, I mean, I don't really have a say. Well, I have a say, but I kind of already had my say. So,
but my thing is, you give her matches like that she had last night, she doesn't look bad. You give her what in the world, whatever. But you give her these 10, 15-minute matches, and then you're exposing her. The worst thing you would want to do to your talent is make them look worse than they are. Prime example, Claudio Castagnoli is all elite. You know the quickest way to ruin him? Give him a mic and tell him cut his 10-minute promo.
Fair. That's fair.
So that's my whole thing. Take the strong point of what you have, and then let them develop more. In 3 years, yeah, she'll be able to have those matches and not look bad. Look at Bianca. Bianca wasn't as polished as she was when she was in NXT. But then again, when she was in NXT, they put her with polished wrestlers. Her first match was with Io Shirai. Or was it Io Shirai? No, it was Kairi Sane.
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody who's been doing this forever. Somebody you know and trust to be able to get her through the match. Not somebody who's been about just as experienced as her. There's the thing, because even when Alexa, they brought her in and they called her up so quick to the main roster, they kept her with the people that they trusted her to be in the ring with, Becky Lynch. And people were complaining about it, but it worked out in the long run for her. But how did you feel about Blood and Guts?
I had watched it right after I got home from a Tides game, which was fun. I enjoyed it. Obviously, Eddie Kingston is my favorite. Did my favorite bit of him just walking in, just hitting people with the kendo stick just to get the Jericho thing, getting to Jericho. And
I had one small problem with that, but go ahead.
And hitting them. So yeah, I think the result was right. Obviously, the Blackpool Combat Club goes over, obviously. And then now, like I said, I'm standing by my prediction I said before of Eddie Kingston needs to be world champion. And I don't want him to take it off Mox. Here's the thing. Like Mox and Punk, when Punk comes back, they can have their unification match. They have their one match, right? Then Punk wins because I want Eddie Kingston Punk 2 at Full Gear. Exactly 1 year after they had what should have been a 5-star match because it was awesome. And then they literally do the exact same match, only Eddie Kingston.
Awful or?
Oh no, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. Like I realized something. Like I'm not a huge fan of. I like Anarchy in the Arena better.
Here's my thing, and I said it last year after the first war. Let's call the War Games. Blood and Guts. This match would have been a lot better if it was not on TV.
Pay-per-view.
This should be a pay-per-view type of match. Why do I say that? The doggone commercials.
Yeah. No, I can.
Doggone commercials. The first thing that was like, oh my gosh. So you put it on a pay-per-view, you eliminate that. Now you brought it when Eddie Kingston came in. I was cool with it until he got to always get ready to get to the other side. They had to hit the other dude like 12 times.
No, yeah, that didn't make sense.
Like, dude, he hit you, sell it.
Like, I didn't get that either. But
like he hit him on side the neck. He was like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do here?"
No, it was just. I just loved how unbothered he was. He was just gonna keep hitting. It was like Eddie kind of went into business for himself. He's like, "I'm gonna keep hitting you until you let me go." Like, But I think the way it ended was interesting. Like they had Claudio and Eddie on the top, both in submissions, and Claudio gets the tap out. You know what I mean? So
the other thing with that is they kept selling that there was some animosity between Claudio and Eddie. Which
there has been.
For those who have been following, especially Eddie on social media, there has been some. I think the issue was towards the end of the match. I would have loved to see that being told more.
Well, they did. Did you not see it?
Like.
Well, you saw his reaction.
I'll be real, right? And I'm putting myself into it. If you stole my win, I don't care that we won. I'm going to be mad at you.
Did you not?
I'm not going to fist bump you. I'm not going to raise your hand. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be irate with you for the entirety of that segment. There is no celebrating when you stole what I wanted.
Okay, fair. It's fair. That's fair.
You stole my win. I am mad at you. And that was the thing I was looking for. I was like, because even when they came out, no, don't fist bump because before it's
because that was them saying like, look, one night only type thing.
Man,
I'm pretty sure
I don't care. I've been saying some bad stuff about you for the last year plus. There is no one night only. We cool. I'm in here doing my thing. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't fist bump me. We gonna go here and win, and I'm not celebrating with you. I hate you. I hate your guts. You left me, and you went to the other company, and you sold out.
I don't really think it was that deep. It was more like
He did. Wasn't that the whole story of him and Mox?
what? No, what? No, that no.
When they had their feud,
We're
initially,
talking about Eddie and Claudio.
when Eddie and Mox had their initial feud, why did Eddie not like Mox?
Oh yeah, because he left.
You got to prove yourself to me. You haven't proved yourself yet. We got to go to blows.
Claudio is different though. So
How is Claudio different?
what you mean? How is different? It's because I'm gonna send you a video.
Claudio
I'll send you a video to explain why it's different.
This the Mox.
You said what?
Claudio was there longer than Mox.
In WWE, no, but they're beef. Why Eddie? I'm talking about why Eddie and Claudio got beef. Do you not know why they have beef?
I thought it was because Claudio went to the WWE.
No. I'm gonna send you a video of why Eddie and Claudio have beef.
All right, so for the folk that are listening, why are they beefing?
So Eddie and Claudio. So back in Shakara, right? Eddie and Claudio were like they had this heated, really bitter rivalry, and like so they had a couple matches back and forth, right? And then one of the things was that Eddie, before one of the matches, they had an "I respect you" match, right? Which the loser would say, "I have to respect you." Now this match is coming off the back of. They had two previous matches to where Eddie won the first one with a wrestling move with he rolled him up pinning combination. He won with a pinning combination. And then Claudio won the second one by count out. So they are on the third one. And then this third one, Eddie was saying was cutting promos on Claudio about how Claudio is this bad person. You know what I mean? That he's really not worthy of respect and all that. And so they had the match, clean, great match. Claudio wins. And and Eddie still says, and Eddie refuses to say, "I respect you" to Claudio, even though he lost, and that's the stipulation. Later that night, Claudio turns heel and joins a faction, starts a heel faction. And basically, like, runs roughshod over Chikara, proving Eddie to be right because Eddie was saying how Claudio is really this messed up person who's going to do bad things, and he did. Like I said, they ran roughshod over the company until later they had another match. They ended up having another match to which Claudio won that one too, which was also pretty good. You know, but it's also based on respect. Like I said, watch the video. It's all based on respect. It's just a lot of animosity.
That Eddie still doesn't trust Claudio.
You say it's a possible?
Yeah.
Well, did you watch The Road to?
I actually did not watch this Road to actually.
You need see. Here's the other thing.
I watched a few of them for the for Forbidden Door.
Here's the thing. Caveat. Here's another side note. For people who say, "I don't want to know," or that like people say, "Oh, it's up to the company to tell me who these people are. I shouldn't have to do my own research." That's what the Road 2s are for. Okay? Like for Forbidden Door, if you want to know who Hiroshi Tanahashi was, watch the Road 2s. You know what I mean? Or this thing that you have that you go on Twitter and complain about. Use this. It's called Google. You know, if you want to know who half those people were on Forbidden Door, watch the Road 2s. You know what I mean?
I will credit AEW with this. That video package before Blood and Guts was really good. And I think I think they should incorporate that. Like, yeah, there are things that you're not gonna be able to put on TV. Now, I understand that WWE does it too.
Yeah.
And even then, people are still like, man, this should have made it on TV. But that hype video did help in my interest in watching Blood and Guts. I will say that. It did help.
And then if you saw the one part where Claudio came out, where Eddie came out there and was like, he said, I'm not doing this with him. Y'all can do whatever you want. I'm not doing this with him. Now, granted, he did, but mind you, there's also a whole bunch of time left that we're probably eventually going to get another Claudio Eddie match.
I still think that they could have built this a lot more and got it ready for a pay-per-view. Because now we don't know how long Bryan's out. And so the story that they were already telling with Eddie and Bryan could have worked just as well with Eddie and Claudio.
No, it's good. No, when Claudio came to WWE, because granted, like I said, I'm sure you haven't watched their matches, but Claudio and Eddie, knowing what I know, they're gonna probably bring what Claudio and Eddie had here because they couldn't do it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So they're going to pick it, as you can
see where they go with it, because
picked right back out. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a match. It's probably not going to be on Dynamite, or it shouldn't be on Dynamite.
It shouldn't be.
It should be at All Out. If Eddie and Claudio are going to have a match, a one-on-one match, it's going to be at All Out.
And somebody who loves stories. And
here's the thing: Eddie needs to go over in that match.
But as somebody who likes stories, that is something that we need. Like I told you, I love what MJF was doing with Wardlow. I'm loving what Christian is doing with that Christian promo was great. And I'm gonna say it. And you probably might disagree with me, but I gotta say it. Luchasaurus' theme song is better than Claudio's.
I didn't really hear it good.
It kind of reminds me of like a mixture of Kane and Abyss.
I'm trying to think about what both of those sound. No, I know exactly what they sound like.
It kind of gives me vibes of Kane mixed with Abyss. And the match did exactly what it needed to do. Like that was a perfect.
This rivalry can be over. This is over. Over. It better be over. I hope it's over.
What?
This Eddie and Jericho.
Please be over. I'm over it. I was
now, like I said, now Mox is champ. Now and Mox is champ. Garcia is spoiler alert, because apparently on Dark, Garcia challenged Yuta for the championship.
And they already know who Mox's next challenger is going to be. But for the sake of spoilers, I'm not going to say here.
Just text it to me because I don't care.
I'm just putting check the once I figure out the private chat, I'll put it in there for you.
All right. Yeah. All right. Like I said, Claudia. That's for All Out, right?
Huh? I doubt it because the name I just sent your face says no. That's not a pay-per-view match. That is not a pay-per-view match. No disrespect to the
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't think that should be pay-per-view.
No, I don't think it will be. It will be good, but because
that's definitely not something that I see, especially knowing that pay-per-views are the cost of pay-per-views for AEW. Now, if they were doing PLE style pay-per-views, then maybe.
Yeah, no.
This was like what like Impact does with some of their little shows. They have them on.
Like they got Against All Odds coming up next,
and that's on the network, right?
Yeah, that's on Impact Plus.
If that were the case, then yeah, throw that on your little. Like if they had like one of those Saturday specials, that'd be cool.
Speaking of which, all pay-per-views should be on Saturday.
I wholeheartedly agree.
All pay-per-views should be on Saturday.
I 100% agree.
Because Like I like Double or Nothing, but that would have felt way better waking up on a Sunday morning instead of a Monday morning.
Yeah.
Because I know I can go to bed.
They started off doing pay-per-views on Saturday though, so it's kind of weird that they switched off.
That's weird. Because Impact still does it. Slammiversary was on a Saturday.
WWE's starting to do their Big Four or Big Five now on Saturdays, which I appreciate, but I wish they go ahead and do on Saturdays too. Even though it doesn't really hurt because WWE stuff ends before 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Seems like they end before 11.
UFC has the right idea. All their stuff is on Saturdays.
But UFC stuff ends at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. They got the right formula.
Like Israel Adesanya is not going out there to fight until Sunday morning.
That's true.
It'll be Sunday before Israel Adesanya is being seen get rid of the fight.
True. Very true.
Because the main card already starts at 10.
Yes.
And you're talking at least 20 minutes per fight. So yeah. I could not go to a UFC fight, man.
You don't think so?
If I did, I wouldn't be there for the early prelims. Because they got early prelims, then the prelims, then the main card.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not like a wrestling show where you're jumping up and down, every time you hear a new theme. Let me stand up and cheer for this person. Okay, time to sit back down.
I would go to a UFC event.
Huh?
It wouldn't hurt to go to a UFC event.
No, yeah, I liked it.
I might throw that in my list to do one of these days. Anything else wrestling? Logan Paul.
Is that real?
Yes.
Why?
Because Logan Paul is a star.
Well,
it's not for you.
It's not even that. It's just like I don't know. It's just whatever, bro.
Look, Logan Paul
I'm not even watching it anyway.
He's gonna bring in buzz. And
for what? Is it to pay off Vince's bail or Laurinaitis' bail? Vince probably not.
Maybe.
Let's face no. It's probably just Laurinaitis. Vince ain't going to jail. Let's face it.
I doubt Loureda is going to jail either. I don't think that entire investigation is going to come to anything. Because if Vince used personal money, then what's there going to be? Nothing. But at the end of the day, he does bring buzz. And it was the same reason they brought Bad Bunny. It's the same reason they bringing him in. The same reason they just signed Valerie Loureda. When you find somebody that is willing to join you and is going to help bring extra eyes to your product, you're going to do it when you're a big company.
Do they really need? I mean, greed is wild, man. Because I'm like, why do they
welcome
need
to big business?
Extra, huh?
Welcome to big business.
Because like greed is wild. Like I could never, because I'm like, what do y'all need extra eyes for? Y'all have half the world watching your
more
product
eyes
already.
Equals more money. What is the main purpose of business?
Money.
There you go. When in doubt, money. And that's really all it's about. And like I told you, my thing is now, like, I see it, I can't change it, so why am I getting worked up for it? I told you I started looking at a lot of the stuff in wrestling as serenity prayer. Is this something that I can personally change? The fact that Vince McMahon came out just to introduce John Cena Monday.
Did he really?
Yes. I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, oh wait, he's just being Vince. It's nothing I can do about it. I just wait for Cena to come back. Then I walked away, and then as soon as I heard Cena's music, I walked back in because I really don't want to see Vince.
Nobody.
I'm here for John Cena. You done so much. You done a lot for the business, and nobody can take that away from you. But at this point right now, I don't want to see you.
No.
And that's literally how I look at Vince right now. Like, he's done a lot for the business,
which nobody can take
good and bad.
Nobody can take that away from him. But we really, we don't
but
want to see you right now.
I honestly think that everything going on right now with Vince may lead to, and I think he has been. I really think he's been priming Triple H and then also Nick Khan
to take over.
Yeah, because now Triple H is back. Stephanie's in her position. Nick Khan is, whether you like him or not, he's done wonders for the business model of WWE.
Nick Khan is Nick Connie.
I think he has more of a business mindset than Vince. Vince has too much of a heart. Tony Khan probably has the biggest heart of all WWE wrestling owners. I think Vince has a heart. Tony Khan is just like, look, it's business. If I fire you, don't take it personal. It's no hard feelings about it, but money's at stake here.
By the way, I'm also gonna need the people to stop acting like Tony Khan hugging Cesaro was weird and crazy when we seen a whole bunch of images of Vince hugging people. Okay,
the way he hugged him in his face was kind of hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean,
that man hug. You know when I saw the hug, what I thought of?
What?
Think of the ending scene of Good Burger when Dexter and Ed hugged each other. And then Ed goes in for another hug. No, my fault. It wasn't Dexter. He hugged the crazy chick when they were in the psych ward.
Oh.
And he made friends with, I think her name was Heather. And they were getting ready to break out the psych ward, and he hugged her, and then hugged her again. His face reminded me of Ed's.
I'm just saying, I didn't see anything weird about it. I even saw somebody started.
What have I been saying about Tony Khan from jump? He's a fan. Isaac, I'm going to use you for this example.
Go ahead.
You are a wrestling owner.
Okay.
You make a huge signing, and your huge signing is who? None other than Rosemary.
Right.
What is your first reaction? She walks in for the press conference. What is your first thing you're gonna do?
Shake professionalism. Shake her hand, or whatever. Well, it depends. It depends. Honestly, it depends on if she's a kid. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not lying.
Come on now.
What? I'm gonna be professional.
If she allows you to give her a hug, will you give her a hug?
Yes.
Okay, my point.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said professionalism.
Well, clearly this is not some type of hug that Claudio doesn't want. Who was it? Was it Tanahashi he gave a hug to?
Okada. It was Okada.
Okada. It wasn't like Okada didn't want to get a hug. This isn't as big a deal. Like I've seen people like Dutch Mantel making a big deal about it. Dutch made a big deal about it. Russo made a big deal about it. I'm like,
Russo made a big deal about it. Somebody posted the picture of Vince crying and hugging the Undertaker.
Again, what did I say? Vince has a heart, but Tony Khan has the bigger heart. It didn't surprise me at all.
I mean, it didn't either.
Was his face funny? Absolutely, but
what shocked me, it wouldn't shock me, but what kind of surprise is like, are people really like clowning Tony Khan for hugging somebody, for hugging one of his employees?
I ain't gonna hold you.
People are really clowning this dude for getting emotional while hugging one of his employees. Like, I don't get that. Then some people are starting to trend like from now on we're like hugging now. I'm like, dog, I've been on that.
Yeah, shoot. Kane and Brian hugged it out.
That's what I'm saying.
That became one of the most popular tag teams of that time period. What you mean?
No, because tell me why when that happened, right? I remember Miz was on commentary with Michael Cole, and he said it was when you could vote for it on the app, on the WWE app.
I remember
and they had like have a match, hug it out, or become a tag team or something like, which they became a tag team anyway. But I remember I personally voted for Hug It Out, and I'm thinking like, there's no way that's actually what it's gonna be, right?
They probably predetermined all that. They're gonna like, look, we're gonna put this out here to make them think they're gonna vote. But it probably became a Hug It Out thing. I'm pretty sure more people thought the way you thought too.
Like I'm like, they're not really gonna hug it out, right? That's no way that's gonna win. And it won. And then they hugged it out, and then they started fighting immediately afterwards.
What a time that was, man! I said, yeah.
That was like 2011. It was like 11 or 12. It was right before they became tag team champions, right. and the Shield showed up. So
it was actually almost 2013 because I remember when I went in 2012. I went to SmackDown 2012. That was when he was still heel and he was getting ready for his match against Sheamus in at 2 out of 3 falls. Because that was my first WB show because he had the segment with Piper and AJ.
What's the name? Seth Rollins is weird. He's not weird. He's just really diving into this, what he's doing.
No, he's weird.
This man, no, I saw somebody put him coming out to the Pink Panther theme song. And he said like the Pink Panther could never do.
He should start doing what he did Monday. So he walked up the scene, he started laughing in Cena's too.
No, he did that for Roman when he knocked on the door. He knocked on the Shield thing.
He needs to start doing that. So like when he walks up to Kevin, walks up to Cody, I don't care what he says. Seth Rollins is in his bag with this gimmick. And I know, like, because I listen to Cornette in every not as much now, but I know they don't really care for him. Are you okay?
No, I'm trying to think of somebody else whose theme he could cackle like that.
Oh my gosh. Ha 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 ha. Shinsuke.
That was good. That was good.
Yo, it's so much you can do. It's so much Seth Rollins still can do what he has going on right now. And for a guy that has been kind of struggling to find.
Drew.
Oh, which I think Drew's probably going to win the title at Clash at the Castle.
Oh, from Roman?
From Roman.
Yeah, probably.
But it's a lot to be interested in going on. I still don't think any show was like 100% must see, but
Impact maybe
stuff going on. What's going on Impact tonight?
I know Frankie Kazarian and Chris Sabin are going to have a match. What else is going on? Pretty sure. Oh, Raven's going to be at Against All Odds. You heard me correct. Raven.
Quote, the Raven, Nevermore Raven?
That is correct. Raven
that sits in the corner like this Raven?
Yeah, Raven is going to be at he's going to be there. And
is he bringing his flock?
Better. He's apparently going to be at Against All Odds for the match between Moose and Sami Callihan. What is it? Clockwork Orange House of Fun match.
And what is this again?
It's basically a step up from a Monsters Ball.
When is this again?
Against All Odds.
When?
Let me look.
I just might watch that. Just for
live stream?
Let's figure out what's going on, and we'll definitely figure out if we can do a live stream for it.
Yeah, again, that's Against All Odds. That is tomorrow.
Well, doggone. Probably won't be able to do a live stream then.
Josh Alexander versus Joe Doring. A 10-man tag match between James Storm, the Good Brothers, and 2 more people after the Briscoes got injured. Versus Honor No More, Eddie Edwards, Kenny King, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Vincent. Jordan Grace versus Tasha Steelz in Knockouts World Championship match. And then Mickey James, Mia Yim versus Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo. And then Sami Callihan versus Moose, a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. In the first, all right. So the only way to win, all right, in the first match, the use of weapons. All right. So apparently, for those who don't know the rules, it's also known as Raven's House of Fun or simply House of Fun. It was created by Raven, as Raven legitimately pitched this to the Impact creative team at the time. It's a singles match for which poles are attached to the ring posts, measured about 5 to 6 feet above the turnbuckles, with single chains wrapped from hanging on the poles to various points on the ring itself, with many weapons hanging from them attached to steel chains above the ring. Sometimes with sides of a steel cage attached to and erected on the ring. In the first match, the use of weapons. Is legal, and the only way to win was to put an opponent through 2 tables after throwing them off Raven's perch. But afterwards, it's just falls count anywhere. The hell is a crocodile death match? No, because
Raven's mind is weird.
I'm on Wikipedia, and right after Clockwork House of Fun, right after that is a crocodile death match.
What in the Nick Gage?
What? Apparently, a crocodile death match is an animal death match with the added stipulation that the loser must wrestle a crocodile at the completion of the match. Mitsuhiro Matsunaga and Shadow WX had this match. I'm willing to bet that's DDT. BJW. A desert death. Okay. See, now we're on this.
We're not going down this rabbit hole.
No, I got one more. A desert death match. A desert death match is a match where there is a tank full of scorpions. It's placed in the center of the ring, and the first wrestler placed in the tank for 10 seconds loses. There are also barbed wire boards in the ring and 2 cactus plants in the ring and 2 opposing corners. Do you want me to keep going?
Weird.
Do you want me to keep going?
No, absolutely not.
Explosion death match, electric pool match, double hell death match. They have an eye for an eye match in here.
Wait, the eye for an is who's eye for an eye match though?
It's who do you think?
Please don't say it's the eye for an eye match that I think it is.
It is.
Is Ray versus Seth? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Let's get political for a second. Not really.
Do we have to?
Only because I want to bring up a situation that we'll dip off of it.
All right.
So, Brother Malcolm X was right.
Oh, I know where you're going.
If you ever want to see who's a racist, all you need to do is show them a black man that doesn't agree with them. And I'm not here to endorse anybody or any point of think. Just wanted to show you how when there is a black man that doesn't agree with you, you'll see people who make posts like this. Or this. Or this. Notice how, as a trans woman, I'm giving everyone permission to use the N-word on them. Who in the world gave you the key to the passive N-words? But in this. And yes, I personally made sure the entire words were taken out.
Pretty sure they wouldn't make him a field and make him a house, but Who am I?
This is what happens when you let your allies use words they don't know what they're talking about. Same thing with Uncle Tom.
Because I saw that and I'm like, that would make him a house, not a field. Like
when you hear words and it sounds cool and you don't know how to use it in proper context, this is how dumb you sound.
That's literally with all words. That's a thing. Like, oh man.
And
I have to explain to somebody today. Oh, for example, I explained to somebody what a kickback was today.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
What did they say about a kickback?
No, because I was saying like, I've never been to a party. I just do kickbacks, and they didn't know what a kickback was. Now granted, they didn't have any idea of one or couldn't define it, so I had to tell them it's basically just where there's music playing and everybody's just kind of chilling. Maybe playing spades until it gets a little too aggressive. But
most kickbacks I've been to have never really gotten to that point, and that's why I prefer kickbacks over parties, because at least more times than not, you'll at least know more of the people that are at this kickback. When you go to a party, it's just a bunch of randoms that you don't know, and then somebody's probably just waiting for somebody to get sticky and pull out the blicky. But yeah, my boy Rocky made a good point. He was at a bar and he said himself, "There's certain things I don't say around everybody, because you start saying things about people." And then one guy was to say he blames black people, but I'm like, in one side I see it, because you start seeing how black people will throw those words around, calling him a with a C. Uncle Tom, even though people don't know, have not read Uncle Tom's cabin. A house N-word. And they just throw it out there, and you got people that claim to be your allies, but they just wait for that moment to put their hood on. It doesn't matter whether you agree with. And the funny thing is, this man was the one that wrote the majority opinion. The man that wrote the majority opinion just sitting back chilling because ain't nobody singling him out. The black man just there, and everybody going to him like, "Oh, I didn't know he was a Gullah Geechee either."
He's a what?
He's a Gullah Geechee.
I don't know what that means.
Ooh, I've been looking up the Gullah Geechees for the last few weeks. But it's a group of people. It's a group of people that were from a general area down in the South, descendants of slaves and whatnot. They speak a different language. So growing up, he spoke a different language than English, and he taught us English.
Oh, Clarence Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because they speak Gullah down there.
Oh, that's like Louisiana. That's like in the Gulf down there, isn't it?
Louisiana, South Carolina. I think he's from Georgia. It's parts of Louisiana. It's parts of the area, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, that general area there. So, something I didn't know about him. But that's all I wanted to get to. I just wanted to just highlight how you got them, and then that George Takei guy, Takei.
George Takei.
Takei, yeah, him calling him a something in blackface. I'm like, I'd rather you not.
I got what's set for Impact tonight, by the way. I got what's set for Impact tonight, by the way.
Okay. One more thing that's really been bothering me, and I've talked to you about it. Kendrick Lamar. Now, the purpose that he did it for, that's whatever. I'm pretty sure you could have found a better way to do it. My issue is what he did and why I just can't listen to his music right now. The fact that this man came out here, and it's been bothering me for a while because I've seen it. He's been walking around with this crown of thorns on his head. The thing that made it worse was the fact that he was bleeding. And so the symbolism is that he is some type of Messiah shedding his blood for whatever, I don't know. but I just can't. It didn't sit right with me. So, yeah, I've had to skip, and like it was bad because I stopped listening to Kendrick Lamar songs, but even songs featured. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it. Now hear his voice. I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and move it.
I cleared him out of my playlist except for 3 songs. Rock the Bells with him and Rhapsody. All Right from I can't, that song's stuck with me. And Family Ties. That's it. Nothing. I had this new album on there and I cleared that out. I cleared everything else out. I even cleared Nostalgia with him and Pusha. And I really like that song. I was gonna put it back, but I'm like, nah, it's too late. But
it happens, man. Eventually, I feel like there's gonna be other artists that I listen to, and you start realizing that eventually things are gonna come out about them that they were probably involved in some things that are very heinous.
It's
because I got a feeling that now that R. Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years, don't be surprised if he starts singing like a bird.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I'm gonna say it now because I'm a little bit bothered by the fact that he got 30.
Oh, don't do that to yourself.
And Ghislaine got 20.
Come on. Don't do that to yourself.
And Ghislaine had names that they don't want to get to. And I really feel like if those names would have come out, it would have broke all forms of media. Because I do believe there's some politicians on that list, and I believe there are some entertainers on that list. I think just about every aspect of life would have been altered.
Probably.
But if R. Kelly ends up singing like a bird, you're probably...
Our playlists are going to get shorter.
Playlists going to get shorter. Think pieces are going to get louder. I mean, think pieces are going crazy now because even with the big IWC thing that's been going on the last few weeks, think pieces are still going on. And it's almost at a point where I'm talking about Jay Shell and AJ. It's like, at the end of the day, AJ knew that he was basically down on his last legs. He said it. But then, I got a question because this is something that, especially with the Joey Ryan news that came out.
That's wild.
And then another tweet that I saw from a wrestling media guy. Unless it's taken to court and taken through the legal systems, what good is canceling?
Well, no. See, so that's the thing. So if that's the case, what good does that do? Obviously, it's worth something because I mean there are a lot of wrestlers who were working in 2020 and are off the grid right now,
and a lot of them that are still on the grid.
Yeah, like one
and
of them.
Whether they're not
like one of them thinks he's better than Tanahashi, which is.
I think that's look. You saw what I said.
I saw what you said.
I said he's probably sitting back laughing with Tanahashi now because he's getting all y'all worked up. Because that's what they do. Like FTR is saying what they said to the Usos. You don't think they probably are in some group chat right now laughing at the fact that everybody's bothered because they said what they said to the Usos? You think they're not cool with the Usos? They weren't. It wasn't even like they hated WWE. They just weren't happy with the status of the tag division. Pretty sure they got a lot of love for there. We've already seen how much they love Randy. They love Bailey.
I'm gonna ask you something after the pod because I want to weigh the option.
Okay. But even because he brought up why is it seem that Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Actually, I'm just gonna send it to you in a message.
Okay.
Actually.
He brought up why hasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin really suffered from this quote unquote cancellation. But when you think about it, of all the big names that deserve this quote unquote cancellation, how many of them have been successfully canceled? Hogan, has Hulk Hogan been successfully canceled?
No, but well, according to the Iron Sheik, I think he's only staying relevant because the Iron Sheik keeps bringing him up.
No, because he's still being pushed in media. Ric Flair, has Ric Flair been successfully canceled?
No, they just had a roast of Ric Flair, and people are getting booked for his match called Ric Flair's Last Match.
Vince McMahon, has he successfully canceled?
No, because he was just on Raw.
So do you think Stone Cold will be successfully canceled?
Probably not. I just sent you the message, by the way.
It depends on how much heat you're willing to take. Because if you remember when Duke had Chasen, we'll get ratio. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I gotta weigh options on that. Because you know what I do.
Yes. Yeah.
I
don't
know because
say no more.
Secret
say no more.
I am.
Say no more. And then I just took into account of
if I were not in the position I'm in, I'd take the bullet.
Fair enough.
I'd take the bullet if I wanted in this position.
All right, fair enough. Say no more.
If I were Duke, I would take it because Duke doesn't care. But
you think
knowing how the internet works and knowing that my employment isn't private and it's a little bit too late to make it private, nah, I can do it. And knowing that yours isn't that private either. Well, it's a lot more private than mine, but yeah, I can't do it. I want to,
because I think my biggest thing is that it's so.
It'll make headlines. Don't get me wrong.
Huh?
It'll make headlines, but I don't think it be the headlines we should probably take to risk it.
It's what has bothered me about this whole thing. It's so unfair that it's not just him. There are a lot of people that everybody liked. You know what I mean? That had these huge followings that are gone. You know what I mean? And then there's some people who got caught up and are still there.
I mean, Gallagher has found himself another gig doing all.
I know. I get that. But I'm saying and honestly, and maybe this is just a conspiracy theory in me talking, which I don't like conspiracy theories, but I don't think people were a huge fan of his message. You know what I mean? Because think about his politics. I don't know if you follow him close, but think about the kind of ideology he was pushing. Think about that.
Are you trying to say that the wrestling community is a lot more conservative than they think they are?
Yes, I am. Because if there was anybody, I knew.
He seems like the AOC, the male version of AOC.
Because here's the thing. There are a lot of liberals in IWC. Liberals, right? A lot of them. But I know few socialists.
So I'm not a person that's 100% for socialism. I don't think any social. I don't
okay,
think.
Put it this way. When I say socialism, I mean few people who really embrace the we ideology.
Would it be fair to compare him to AOC?
He was the Bernie Sanders of professional wrestling.
AOC, so. Bernie Sanders, okay. And so, and I've told you, I don't think any economic, I don't think there's a complete answer in anything. So there's no complete answer in liberalism. There's no complete answer in conservatism. There's no complete answer in socialism. No complete answer in
fascism. Fascism.
Well, I don't believe in fascism at all. But what's our economic system? Capitalism. There's no complete answer in capitalism. Any form of system can be abused. And so when people start looking at me when I say this stuff, it's like, I have a people issue. Like, you can blame the system all you want to. The system can't be corrupt without people.
That's the same thing about them. Like, that's the thing. Like, all right, I know I get on here and I'll say, like, you know, see this, and I've said this before. This is why people look at Christianity weird. You know what I mean?
It's a system.
That's what I'm saying. It's the people, because, and I know that, but it's still
one thing you can take away from this episode. That a system cannot be corrupt until you add corrupt people.
Yes. Or in short, humans ruin
corrupt church. It's not because Christianity is corrupt. It's because the people in the Christian church is corrupt.
Yeah.
And yes, there are corrupt people in Christianity. I am a Christian. I've seen it.
The entire Southern Baptist Convention is under investigation right now because of so many sexual assault allegations towards so many pastors in the convention. And
again, did Christianity commit the act, or did the people commit the act?
It was the people. Well, that was a rhetorical question, but I feel like we all know.
No. The answer wasn't rhetorical. You gave the right answer.
It was the people. It's the people.
The people are the issue. At the end of the day, and that it goes back to the flag situation. And yes, the gun as well, because yes, when the right says the guns don't kill people, yeah, obviously. You have a blicky hand on the table. It's not gonna shoot. It ain't gonna do nothing until you put your hands on it. So yeah, in that case, yeah, they're right. The issue isn't the object. The issue isn't the flag. The flag doesn't have a mind. Now, when you ask people what that means to you, then you have an argument. To me, it means that yes, there are imperfections. We've talked about it. We did a whole episode after the killing of George Floyd, and we sat there, and I remember how emotional you got, because you sat right there in that chair with your flag, and you said what that meant to you. We know that there are countless imperfections about this country. It's not because of the flag. It's because of who has been in charge for all these years. Take anything you want to. You can always bring back the problem to the person. Message. That's all I got, dog.
Yeah, that's all I got. I gotta go get some gas. That's high.
Another people issue. It ain't the gas fault. It's them folk. And I don't know if this new SCOTUS ruling is going to help it or not. Time will tell. If it does help, great. If not, we're screwed again. But it's a wait and see. But that's all I got, man. Unless you go ahead and get yourself ready to go, I'm going to decide what I'm gonna do with my life because I might be leaving out the house. But y'all stay easy. We'll be back here at 3:00 tomorrow with Sticks. Maybe another episode this weekend with Breon. Again, happy 4th to all celebrating. Have a great day. Peace, love, Pops Hearts. Always remember to drink your water. Stay out of folk business. And I don't know. We out. Say it again.
I said, hang in there, people.
Hang in there. We out.
Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Every